Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'd like to take you through a full body Pilates workout. There is one prop that you will need a little bit later on. So if you have a yoga block or a cushion or a folded towel, something that you can place under your head, pause the video, go and grab that so that you have it ready, and then we'll get started with our workout. So we're going to bring the feet underneath the hips. Spread out your toes, bring your arms down to your side, and then lengthen through your body. Stand just that little bit taller. Roll your shoulders a couple of times, and then let the shoulders relax. Take a few really deep breaths into your body, and just notice how your body is feeling. Where are you holding the tension? Can you use the breath to start to let that tension go? So as you exhale, just feeling that tension release. We're going to start to move the feet. So I want you to bring one heel away from the floor, and then as that heel comes down, the other heel is going to come up. As we pedal through the feet, think about keeping the top of your pelvis level. And then see if you can start to bring the heels up a little bit higher. So we just want to get a little bit more mobility into the feet, especially if it's the end of the day for you. Maybe you've had shoes on all day. And we're just going to start to move those joints. Lengthen through the bottom of the feet. Get that little stretch in the tendons, the ligaments, the fascia along the soles of your feet. Nice little challenge for your balance as well. And then we're going to stretch out the top of the foot. Now you might want to stand next to a chair or a wall to do this. And definitely place your foot onto a soft surface, your mat or a carpet. You're going to take the foot behind you, tuck the toes under, and lengthen through the leg. Now you might already feel the stretch, and that might be enough for you. If you want a bit more of a stretch, you can gently press the top of the foot towards the floor. And we're going to hold. This can be a little bit crampy for some people, so take it nice and gently. And just watch that your heel doesn't start rolling out or rolling in. Let's change over, do the same on the other side. Tuck the toes under, start to lengthen that leg. See how that feels. Maybe you press the top of the foot towards the floor to increase that stretch. And release. Feet go nice and wide now, and then we're going to start to lunge gently from side to side. So keeping your spine in neutral, that length through the spine. You can drop as deep into those lunges as you like. Shifting the weight from side to side. Moving into those hips. And then we're going to bring the feet underneath the hips again, so hip width apart. A few big circles with your arms. And then take the hands very lightly onto the back of your head. We're going to come over to the side. So lifting the elbow up towards the ceiling and the other way. Bring that back to the center. Now keep your hips still and slowly twist the upper body round to one side back to the center, and then round to the other side. Come back. Now you're going to let your head come down, and you're going to bring those elbows together as you round through the top of the back. Start to lift your head back up, elbows wide again, and then you're drawing the elbows back, lifting your chest, taking your gaze up towards the ceiling, and then coming back to a neutral position. Over to the side again, lifting the elbow up, and the other way. Coming back to the center, and then that twist. Just be careful with the hands behind the head that you're not pushing your head down or pushing it forwards. So just a very light contact between the fingertips and the head, and then rounding through the top of the back. Head down, elbows come in towards each other, and then lift the chest, draw the elbows back, and release. Okay, bring those arms down, maybe roll the shoulders a couple of times, and then stand at the end of the mat. So we're going to roll down through the spine, but then we're going to bring that down into a plank, just a roll down on its own to start with though. So find that length in your spine, and then as you breathe out, I want you to imagine you're peeling your back off of the wall behind you. We're going to bend the knees just a little bit, just to take the pressure off the hamstrings. And at the bottom of the roll, we can take a breath in and then roll the spine slowly back up again. Find that length in your spine and start to roll again. So let your head go first, and then one vertebrae at a time. Deep breath in at the bottom of your roll, breathe out as you come back up. Okay, we're going to roll down again, but we're going to walk the hands out into a plank position. So roll through your spine. And at the bottom, you're going to take your hands onto the floor. Bend the knees if you need to, or keep the legs long and walk the hands forward so they're right underneath your shoulders, and come into your plank position. Push the floor away from you. Keep that width across the top of your back. Working through the back of the body here. Just check that your hips don't start to drop. And then we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. Again, you can bend the knees here if you need to. And take the heels down, relax your head, and then roll up through your spine. And then lengthen. Let's do that again. So chin to chest as you start your roll. Just one vertebrae at a time. And then hands come down onto the floor, walking forwards into that plank. Sliding the shoulder blades away from your ears. Lengthening through the back of the body. Now this time we're going to take the knees down onto the floor and sit back onto your heels. Extend the arms along, reaching your fingertips up towards the top of the mat. Press the palms into the floor and feel that stretch through your back. Slowly start to lift yourself up to bring yourself down onto your front. Reaching your arms out in front of you, have your hands at least shoulder width apart, feet about hip width apart. Slide your shoulder blades down your back, and then as you exhale, you'll be lifting the opposite arm and leg. Inhale and lower. Exhale, other arm and leg. Inhale and lower. A little bit of back extension going on here. The head and the top of the chest coming away from the floor as you float the arm up. We're looking for that extension and that length on the diagonal line across the body from the fingertips all the way down to the toes on the opposite side. Keeping that length. So really extend through the legs. Extending through the arms, but at the same time, sliding the shoulder blades down as if they're going to go into your back pockets. Exhale, lengthen and lift. Inhale and lower. One more on each side. And then bring the hands under your shoulders and push yourself up. Bring those knees underneath the hips into a cat stretch. So tuck the pelvis under, rounding through your back. And release. Bring the spine back to neutral and then start to lift your head, lift your tailbone up. Breathe out as you tuck under again. Scooping the belly up. Inhale, lengthening the spine, lifting your head, lifting your tailbone. And again, tucking under, rounding the back. And this time back into neutral, turning over onto your side for a side bend. So we're going to keep that bottom knee slightly bent. We're going to extend the top leg. Stabilize the shoulder here. So you want to lift the body weight out of that shoulder as opposed to sinking the body weight into the shoulder joint. So lift, and then we're pushing the hips up, reaching over and back down. Let's do 5 more. Exhale, push the hips up, inhale and lower. Keep lengthening through the spine, all the way out through the top of your head. Last one. Let's go over onto the other side. So the top leg extends. It's going to lift up out of that shoulder and then exhale to push the hips up and inhale gently down. Bring those hips down as gently as you can. Try not to land on the floor with a bump. That's 4. We're going to do 2 more. Last one. And release. And sometimes the wrists can feel a little bit uncomfortable, so maybe just circle the hands around. Okay, let's go into a roll up. So legs out in front, knees can be slightly bent to begin with if that helps you lengthen through the spine a bit more. And then we're going to hinge back from the hips, tuck the pelvis under. You need to stay in control whether you're rolling all the way back to the floor or whether you're rolling halfway back as you come up. Stay in control, nice smooth movements. And lengthen, and again, hinge from the hips. Tuck the pelvis under. If you're going all the way back, try and get the vertebrae to come down one at a time. And then peeling off the floor one at a time as you come back up. We're going to lengthen And then come forward for your spine stretch, and then lengthen the spine back up again. Hinge at the hips, tuck the pelvis under. Breathing out. And again. Let's do that one more time. Keep your shoulders down, staying open through your chest. Final spine stretch. Lengthen the spine. And we're going to lie down onto your side now. Now this is where your towel or your yoga block is going to be useful. And you're going to place it underneath your head. And you're going to bring the arms out in front so that your palms are together. Knees are bent, but not tucked up too close to the chest. I want you to keep that length in your waist. So rather than letting the pelvis collapse and your waist drop into the floor, I want you to keep lengthening through the waist. Your top hand is going to reach forwards, and then you're going to lift it up. Now you're going to follow your hand. And then bring the arm slowly back over. So slide forwards first. And then start to slowly turn. Now you're going to keep your knees together and keep that bottom knee on the floor. So we're really encouraging that twist to come from the spine rather than allowing the pelvis to roll back. And again, reaching forwards, lifting the arm, following your hand. Over. Let's do that one more time. Check you still have that length in your waist. Knees are still together. And then we'll bring that arm back over. Okay, so we're going to move your head support out of the way for a moment. Lie down onto your back. Take a moment to bring your spine into neutral. And then when you're ready, breathe out to lift the legs up one at a time into your tabletop position. We're going to lift the head and the shoulders, and then we're going to bring one knee in as we stretch the other leg out, and then the other side. Now to activate those abdominals a little bit more, I'm going to push my hands into my knee and my knee into my hands. And you'll feel that working those abdominal muscles a little bit more strongly. Keep the length through the back of your neck, so your chin is tucked in. And I'm really extending the leg that I'm pushing away. Breathe in as one leg lengthens, and then breathe out as the other leg lengthens. Let's do one more on each side. We're going to bring both knees into the chest. Take your head back onto the floor. Rock the hips a few times from side to side. And then grab hold of your head support again, and we're going to go on to the other side now. So we're going to bring those arms out in front, palms together. Think about that length through your waist. Reach forward with that top hand and then bring the arm up. Follow your hand. And bring it slowly back over. And again, reach forward, breathing out as the arm floats up. Check those legs. Are your knees together? Is your bottom knee on the floor? And bringing it back. Breathe out. Slowly twist. And floating the arm back over. Let's do a couple more. Last one. Okay, now we're going to use that top hand to push up and come up into a seated position. You might want to use your block or your cushion here now to sit on. Just a couple of stretches to finish off. So legs where you are comfortable. We're going to place one hand on the floor by your side, reach the other arm up, and then lengthen into the waist. Let's do the same to the other side. Hand on the floor, reach up, and come over to the side. And then bring the arms in front of you. Press the backs of the hands away from you. Take your chin down towards your chest. Move the shoulder blades away from the spine, round through the top of your back. And then take the hands behind you, fingertips onto the floor. We're going to draw the shoulders back now, lift up through the chest. Take your gaze up towards the ceiling. And release. Thank you very much for joining me for this workout today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to my channel. I will be putting out new workouts every week, and I will look forward to seeing you soon.